Hey guys, it's Sam with The Blind Life. I am here at NFB 2025 in beautiful New Orleans. The Marriott and the Sheraton are located here on Canal Street, just a couple blocks away from the famous Bourbon Street. Of course, New Orleans famous for Mardi Gras, but there is also a ton of history here in this city. Because NFB is so large this year, they've split it between the two hotels, the Marriott and the Sheraton. All the main sessions, the General Assembly, the board meetings, all of that, all the business is done here in the Marriott, and the exhibit hall is in the Sheraton. Now, this might seem a little difficult. You think you're gonna have to cross the street and go over to the hotel. I was a little worried at first, but in practice, it's actually not too difficult at all.
While I was at the conference, I wanted to talk to some of the attendees to get their perspective on coming to an event like the NFB National Convention.
So, who are you and where are you from?
Hi, my name's Doug. I am originally from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and currently live in a suburb of Denver.
My name is Harry Staley, and I'm from the great state of Virginia.
Mike Malloy from Topeka, Kansas.
My name is Jeremy Smith. I'm from Kentucky, but I am currently a student at the Colorado Center for the Blind in Littleton, Colorado.
My name is Noah Palmer. I'm originally from the state of Montana. Been in California for the last 13 years, but I've spent the last 9 months at the Colorado Center for the Blind in Littleton in Denver.
And what's been your experience so far this week?
For the most part, the thing that's been most neat for me is just being able to meet people who are interesting, enthusiastic, competent, successful blind people who I wouldn't otherwise have a chance to meet, right? Whether they're educators, professionals in all sorts of different areas, and just cool to be around, right? It's, being, whether you're, considered blind or visually impaired or whatever the case is, oftentimes, we're going through life sort of kind of on our own in a sense, surrounded by people with, fairly normal vision. And so it's a real unique, cool opportunity to just be around people who understand and have been through a common experience. And, it's like a big kind of shot of enthusiasm and just, overall positivity, which I really appreciate.
Really, the favorite thing that I love about coming to convention is the networking. It's really one of the only times during the year that all of us blind people get together. We get to share our successes, our failures, our challenges, and we get to share solutions. I love that. I love the fact that we're a great big family. And yes, every family's got every part of it. We've got everybody from technologists to folks that are in arts and sciences. I love how diverse our community is here at the National Federation of the Blind.
Honestly, just meeting new people and networking, hearing other people's stories, and also just going to the seminars and hearing about the new technology. There's been a lot of stuff about AI, just a lot of cool stuff like that. And of course, the different gadgets, accessibility items, magnifiers and stuff like that.
I mean, it's, and everybody warns you about this ahead of time. If you're a newcomer, it's a pretty overwhelming experience to start with. I think any convention setting as a blind person is going to be a little overwhelming. The hotel is large. You're trying to find multiple different rooms. You're trying to navigate elevators, an expansive lobby. It's a lot. But on the flip side, I've had some great conversations with people, met some people doing really interesting work. I've certainly run across resources that I had no idea existed. I like that there are divisions focused on very specific things. I'm a writer, so I went to the writer division meeting. I'm also a musician, so I went to the performing arts division meeting. I think a mental health division might be a good option too, but there's a lot to take in, and you can't possibly do everything you want to do. You can't possibly take advantage of being in New Orleans and all the convention stuff. So you really have to moderate your, save some gas for some things that are necessary.
I think being a CCB student going into the NFB convention at the end of my program ultimately was a little daunting. I felt responsible for a lot of people that I was not ultimately responsible for. So my integration, my onboarding was a little rough. My first day was kind of tough. Being a total, being alone, even though I'm here with my friends and my family and all of these people, learning the hotel was a little difficult. Learning where the rooms are was it wasn't potentially, it was hard. And but once I learned the hotel and found my way, the convention itself has been quite lovely. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Dan Jutton from Cookeville, Tennessee.
And what brings you to NFB this year?
My wife does. I'm not blind, but my wife is totally blind, and this is our second time in New Orleans. So I don't know, that makes maybe 3 or 4, probably 4 national conventions, and we've actually really enjoyed them. I was a little late to this one, just got in last night. My wife's been here all week, but what I really enjoy about it, or why I like coming back, obviously I'm gonna support my wife and bring her and support her in that, but it helps me as a sighted spouse gain confidence in seeing what other people are doing, how other, sometimes sighted spouses, how they interact with their spouse, but also just seeing how blind people are independent in the world and how they, it gives me that additional confidence in letting my wife go out and do, like her coming a week before me to this, it's like gives me that confidence that, hey, she's going to be safe, she can get around and help encourage her on her journey.
What is your name and where are you from?
My name is Heather Ludy and I'm from Decatur, Georgia.
Is this your first time to NFB or are you returning?
This is my 4th year.
And why do you keep coming back?
So I would say for different reasons. The first time I heard about the convention was actually from you, Sam, and I decided to attend at the last minute. I didn't really know anything about it, and I was trying to learn to be a blind person, and I was very, very intent on going to all the sessions that I could about accessible equipment and accessibility with my phone and with the computer and all that stuff. And over the years, I've become a little more proficient at that stuff. So now what I would say is I'm more focused on the big picture of the National Federation of the Blind. I've learned about all the work that they do to help blind people, the national initiatives, especially now when a lot of the legislation that has helped blind people in the past to achieve what they can be are under attack. And now the Federation is one of the only organizations fighting for the rights of blind people. And the truth is, it's impossible for a single person to stand up to some of, say, their community college, in the case of Los Angeles Community College. So what I really love about the National Federation of the Blind is they speak as a voice for blind people, and they will amplify your voice and help you to achieve the things that are legally your rights.
I'm in the Randolph Shepherd program, the business enterprise program, a lot of states call it. And I have a decent operation. We do a variety of services. We have a cafe in the state capitol building, getting ready to open another cafe. I have vending machines, a vending route, and we also do micro markets, office coffee service, and catering.
This is a program that is available in most states, and it's set up for blind and visually impaired to own their own businesses.
I mean, like if anybody's interested in joining it, I think you need to open a VR case in your state. Let them know you're interested in the Randolph-Shepherd program, the vending program, and that's kind of the route you would take.
Would you agree that if somebody was in the Randolph-Shepherd Business Enterprise program and they worked hard at it, they could be successful?
Yeah, absolutely. You could, some people, everybody is different. Some people are content with, 10 vending machines. There's other guys that do, have routes that have 100 plus. There's people can be in the food service, have a cafe. There's micro markets. There's military dining contracts. So, yeah, absolutely, you can be successful in this program.
And if you could give some encouraging words to someone who is thinking about attending next year, what would that be?
Just do it. You know what? As a blind person, I've gotten turned around or not been able to find a particular exhibit hall or room for a time or two, but just come with an open mind. Come in with the attitude that, we're all blind people. And, if you don't have perfect skills with your cane or travel, we mentor each other all the time. Just don't be afraid. Just come with an open mind and learn.
Well, I guess the main thing is just what would be the major downside other than the fact that you may have to spend a little money to get to the conference. You'd have to invest a little bit of time. If you're not a big fan of kind of jumping into a new thing, it might be kind of a little bit nerve-wracking. But I think there's just tons of value in figuring out how to invest in yourself ultimately and how to give back to other people through kind of a gathering such as, the National Federation of the Blind, and you should go for it, right? I mean, there's going to be people here that you identify with, that people who you appreciate hearing from, and you won't have a chance probably to get connected with those people other than like these very unique kind of conferences and circumstances. So go for it. Go for it. You should do it.
There's nothing to be nervous about. Nobody's judgmental around here. We're all kind of in the same boat. So I don't think anybody should be nervous. It's a great experience, and I think everybody should come.
Yeah, I guess I'd want to know what they're looking for from the experience. Is it just being part of a blind community? When I went to CCB, that was my first real immersion in a blind community. And this is sort of an even larger version of that. So, I think that can be pretty informative if you're new to blindness. If looking at the latest technology advances is what you're looking for, absolutely. You probably want to come here because everybody who's doing cutting edge work is displaying that work here. It probably depends on your goal. But yeah, this is, the advocacy stuff that NFB is doing. It's great to know where that energy is going, what it's fighting for. So, probably depends on what that person is hoping to get out of the experience.
I would say that as intimidating as it is, you're not wrong, but it's absolutely worth every step of the way. And whether or not you have a friend that can bring you here, or whether or not you're coming alone, you will be cared for, you will be taken care of. And the Federation does care for its people. And that is something that has rung true amidst my own personal challenges over this week. I think that something that is very clear is that we do take care of one another. And you should feel safe and comfortable to come and enjoy, and it is a wealth of information and I would absolutely encourage it to anybody.
I would say that you should come. If you need to take a break, that's totally understandable. I know in the first year that I was here, I would go and just be in my hotel room as much as possible. Now, every year, I love to see my friends, the friends that I've met over the years. And I would say come and take a chance. And there's always people to help you. But it is a lot. It's very chaotic, but there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, but it's so worth the effort.
So if somebody, either a sighted supporter like yourself or someone with vision impairment, was thinking about attending a conference like this, what would you say?
100% do it. You know, even if maybe one is enough for you, because it is a little overwhelming. I mean, New Orleans, being from Tennessee, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's not my favorite. Once was good for me, but we're back again. But, you know, 3,000 or so blind, visually impaired, guide dog, cane users, you know, all of the above can be a bit overwhelming. But on the other side of that, as a sighted person, it's inspiring too, to see that many people getting out and living the life they want to live. So I would highly encourage, if you haven't been, go at least once before you make a judgment, you know, and experience it, because it's worth it.
Well, perfect. I think that's all I need, man.
Right on.
All right, that's all I need, man.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Sounds good.
That was awesome, Doug.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, Doug.
Oh.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my full coverage of the exhibit hall, where I talked with some of the vendors to check out some of the coolest new assistive technology on the market. I'll have that video linked in the description down below. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, then check out all my other videos. You can also visit my website, theblindlife.net. And don't forget to subscribe to The Blind Life and turn on those bell notifications, because I put out videos like this every single week. Thank you again for watching. Sam with The Blind Life. I will see you next time.